Hi guys, we're here with Adam Oliveri today, the head of SecondMarket's private company market. Adam is going to give us an insider's look at SecondMarket's 2011 year-end private company report, which we published late last week. We had some exciting stuff to share, so Adam, why don't you start by telling us some highlights from the report?
Cool, thanks Ash. So the report detailed that we had $558 million in transactions in 2011, which is our best year ever. It's about 55% growth over the previous year. And that means that we've finally passed $1 billion in total transactions, so we're super excited about that. There are a bunch of companies and other interesting things which are detailed in the report, but we're really proud and happy that we've finally passed this milestone of transactions, and it's an exciting thing for SecondMarket.
Awesome. We always love to learn about the up-and-coming and the newest and hottest startups, so we really love checking out the fourth quarter's rising stars and the newbies. Can you tell us a little bit more about how each company makes the list?
Yeah, rising stars is basically the companies that have previously had some traction amongst investors, but during the last quarter they really gained a lot of traction. So we measure it by the fastest growth in the number of people that are following or watching a company on SecondMarket. And if you make the top of that list, then you get on the rising stars list. The other one is newbies. Newbies is basically companies that are kind of newly becoming recognized by the investment community. So if you previously had less than 10 followers or watchers on SecondMarket, and now you have a bunch more, you might make that list. So those are those two lists.
Okay, great. So on the list, we saw that there were a couple of companies that we've been hearing a lot about, like Pinterest and Kickstarter. Tell us a little bit more about the other rising stars, like Practice Fusion, ZocDoc, Clout. Who are they? Where are they based? What do they do?
Yeah, well, the first two that you mentioned, Practice Fusion and ZocDoc, are both companies in the kind of healthcare technology space. They're really both leveraging the internet to disrupt traditional business models in healthcare. Practice Fusion is about really managing patient records online. And ZocDoc, which I use all the time, is a company that is kind of like OpenTable for booking doctor's appointments. So instead of kind of searching through your insurance provider's list of doctors, you can just go to ZocDoc, put in your insurance information. They'll show you a really kind of easy to use interface that helps you find doctor appointments, and you can just book them right online. They also have an awesome app on the iPhone that helps you do it as well. So it's it takes 30 seconds to book a doctor's appointment, and you get reviews of who the doctors are. It's really pretty sweet.
That's great. That could actually make people want to go to the doctor.
It does for me. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I would fight my wife all the time about going to the doctor. It was it's too much of a pain. And now I'm I might as well go to this doctor. I might as well go to that doctor. It's going to be a good time.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about some of the newbies as well, like Fab and Odesk.
Sure, yeah. Fab's actually a really interesting story. They used to be a gay social network, and they pivoted because people weren't really using it as much as they thought they would, and became a flash sale site. They would probably describe it a little bit more as a design or kind of home design marketplace, and they're getting a lot of traction. Our user growth is really high, and investor interest is really high as well. Odesk is kind of capitalizing on a similar trend, people online being able to be accessed for work through the internet. So really what they are is they're another marketplace, but they're a marketplace for talent, they're a marketplace for jobs. They're allowing companies that want to hire remote workers to do so in an efficient way.
So tell us, why would a company want to be featured in the SecondMarket report as a top 10 or as a newbie or as a rising star in the first place?
I think fundamentally it's just a recognition that the investment community is really interested in your company. Either they're newly interested in the case of the newbies, or they're becoming a lot more interested in the case of the rising stars, or you're one of the most interesting companies to the investment community, one of the most interesting startups to the investment community overall. So I think it's just kind of a recognition of some level of success, because all companies need investors, and if the investment community likes you, then that's a good thing.
We saw that Savored, one of our favorite startups in the food and restaurant industry, is highlighted in the report as a startup that is beta testing one of the new suite of tools for companies and startups that SecondMarket recently introduced at the end of the year or end of last year. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. So we've aggregated a really large investor community over the last few years, really large and really relevant to startups. So investors have come to SecondMarket and put in a lot of information about what they're interested in and what they want to do. And they've become, they've told us that they're accredited and told us that they are interested in buying startup company stock. So, startups want to engage with that community. And previously, before we had SecondMarket for companies, they weren't able to do that directly. So what we're trying to do through this suite of tools is to enable companies to really engage with our investor community more efficiently and more directly. Our goal is really that companies think about it as another really media or social media property that they want to manage. Like they have their Facebook and they use that to engage with users and customers. They have their LinkedIn or branch out and they use that to engage with talent that they might want to hire in the future. And we want them to think about SecondMarket in a similar way, but where the community that they want to engage with is the investment community. So Savored is using those tools and we're excited by their use of them. And hopefully we can really give them what they need to engage with that community.
Well, we'll be checking in with you at another time, but thanks so much, Adam, and happy Friday, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.